Hello everybody, my name is Jude Fleet and I've been asked to do a video of how to make the button headbands for the nurses and staff at NHS hospitals. First of all, you need a piece of fabric. This is a fat quarter, which is about 18 inches by 22 inches. This is an ideal size. If you haven't got any of these or they've not been donated, just cut them to that size. I'll show you this. This is it in centimetres. Right, first of all, you need to cut a piece of fabric which is 17 inches long by 8 inches wide, or that's 43 centimetres long and 20 centimetres wide. You then need to cut a smaller strip. This is for the actual where the elastic goes, the band at the back. Again, it's 17 inches long, 43 centimetres, and 3 inches wide, which is about 7.5 centimetres. Doesn't have to be exactly, it's a little bit under or a little bit over, but this actually turns inside out perfectly. So you take your larger piece and you obviously print to print, you run the machine down the edge. I normally do between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, so then you have a tube like this. You then do the same with the smaller bit, just run it down the edge and have a tube. Now, to turn it inside out isn't difficult. There is a knack to it, and I'm just looking for my pin. If you like to hold on a sec, I will show you. Thought I had it all organised, but I haven't. Right, so you'll need a safety pin like this, and what you do, you put it into one side of the material and it comes up the hole at the top. Do it up, then turn the top of the pin down inside the hole, so you have the end of the pin poking out. Push your pin down and then just pour the fabric over the end of the pin. Keep pushing it down, keep pulling it up. It might be hard the first or second time you do it, but I can assure you it becomes easier. And then just pull it all the way through like this. When the pin pokes out the other end, you can just pull the whole thing through like that. Obviously take your pin out, don't need that anymore, and you're left with your tube the right side out. Take it to the ironing board and then you have to iron it flat. I do it so that the seam is in the middle. I think it looks nicer and I think it's going to be more comfortable. So iron it flat as such. Then your larger piece, which you've then machined together, you turn inside out. That's easy. That turns inside out very easy. Again, make it so that the seam runs down the middle. It looks nicer, especially when it's on the head, you don't have any seam showing. Then you get your piece of elastic, which is 6 inches long, and you put a pin in the end of it again, the same as when we did the tube, and you put exactly the same process of doing the longer tube, and you'll end up with the same thing, a tube. But what I did first then was, when you get the end of the elastic, take the end of the elastic to the end of the material here, machine that under your sewing machine. I do it in a square and then I do a cross either side of it, just for extra bit of safety. Pull it through, pull the pin through to the other end and do exactly the same. When the elastic's at the end, machine your square and then do your cross. And you should end up with something like this. Then you take your larger piece of fabric, which is the actual band itself, and you turn the ends over. I normally turn mine over quarter, half an inch. I have a glue stick, so I find it easy just to glue the ends, but you can do it without. It's quite simple. Once you've done one or two, you get the knack and it's fine. You do both ends, turn them over, and then you'll end up with an end like this once you put your elastic in, which is quite easy to do. What you do, you get your end like this. Make sure you've got your seam this side and your seam this side together. So you put this in here, you wrap that end over the top and that end over the top like this. So you end up with that, which is the same as I have done at that end where I've already attached one to it. So that's what you'll end up as. So you'll do that again, machine the square, machine across, and that should hold it really firm. Then when that's together like that, you will have your band fixed. Very comfy. This is very comfy, especially when they're wearing them all the time. You'll then end up with your headband all ready to go, apart from your buttons. Now if you put your elastics here, end of elastics here together, put this on your measuring tape, and from the top here, so that's in half, your top here, you measure down to here. I've already sewed the button on so you can see that is 6 inches from the top down. And then I just make a little mark, do the same for the other side. You can see my little mark there, ready for the next button, and then just sew the button on. I sew it on with double thread just to give it a bit of oomph and so it's more secure. And there you are, you've got your headband. I then just press the headband again, just press it out nicely here, give it an iron so it looks nice, ready for the staff who are going to wear it. And that's how I make the headbands. If you want to alter it in any way, you think a better way or something that you feel you can do better, then that's fine by me. This is the way I do it. Good luck, and I hope you make many of them, and stay well everybody.